Now let's talk about games, simulations, and how luck, skill, and engagement are all kind of integrated together. So most games or simulations have some level of skill and some level of luck associated within them. And the idea is to try to find the right balance in order to maintain engagement, the user-player engagement. How so? So let's talk about that. So, most games have to have luck in them because there's got to be some type of randomness, right? So you're either rolling a dice, you're pulling a card, you're not quite sure what other players might do. There might be some luck involved there. So a lot of that is just random luck. Now, as game designers, we can minimize the effect of randomness and luck in the game through the rules of the game and how the gameplay is designed. And ultimately, we do want to minimize luck in most cases as much as possible. Obviously, some games, lottery and that kind of thing, it's all based on luck. Although not everybody believes that, but if you know math, you know it generally is, right? But as game designers, we need the players to feel like skill is the primary component of success. And the reason is, and this is particularly important when you're playing an educational game and so on, is because as soon as a player feels like luck is influencing the outcome more than their skill, they're very likely to become disengaged from the experience. And the reason is, I'll give you an example of business simulations that I spend my time developing. You want the player to feel like they're going to make good decisions by researching data and information and metrics and so on. And by analyzing all this information, they can make better, smarter, more strategic decisions. And ultimately, you want them to be able to kind of make decisions, pull levers, as we might say, and see what the consequence of each of those things are. If I raise my price, I might be more profitable, but I'm going to sell less products. So where's the right balance in price and sales and profitability and so on? So you want to be able to allow the player to see that balance, that adjustment. But here's where it gets tricky. As soon as that player feels like, I spent all this time and made all these decisions, try to make good decisions, but then this random luck thing hurt my business, hurt my decisions. They might end up kind of throwing their hands up in the air and saying, well, it doesn't really matter how much time I'm going to spend learning these principles if at the end of the day, a roll of the dice or a spin of a wheel or a pull of a card or some random logic or AI behind the scenes is going to tell me, there's just something happened totally beyond my control, and now I lose or I don't do as well. That is the danger if, as designers, we don't find that fine line between strategy and randomness and luck, because again, we have to have some randomness. It can be, I like to describe what we do as intelligently random. So yes, we have to have some randomness, but we can make it intelligently random so that it doesn't feel like it's just this random situation that the player has no control over, that we still want to give that player some sense, and not just a perceived sense, but a real sense of controlling their own destiny and their own outcome through how the game is designed. So luck, skill, and engagement are all interrelated and a big part of designing good products. I'm Matthew Giorgio.
businessXP is the fastest and most inspiring training ever invented for future business leaders and entrepreneurs. Discover game-based experiential learning at business-xp.com.